Oh, hey everybody, it's Paul again, your favorite nobody. How are you? It's time to piss everybody off. I'm just kidding. I don't try to specifically piss everybody off. It just kind of happens naturally, okay? Just consider it a character flaw. Let me make sure that my DoorDash app is working so I don't miss any $2.50 deliveries. Yeah, you heard right. They lowered it from $3 to $2.50. I was at Popeye's Chicken an hour ago, and I was occupied, but I was trying to get to show a picture, a screenshot of the job they were trying to sell me on for $2.75. It was like 7.6 miles. It's like ridiculous. Well, who in the hell would do this? It's like completely retarded. Anyways, we're going to skip Bitcoin and the metals because we already did that this morning. Let's just go ahead and go into the news, okay? Because we may not have much time here, okay? So let's go ahead and go into the news and we'll run it down for you. Anything new, it's breaking. More of this, in my opinion, they're going to be hammering away at you with this fluff of people going into space, which is not really fluff. I mean, it's interesting, let's face it, but it's all designed to make the water roll off your back and accept whatever else they're putting out there for you. And there is plenty being put out. I don't even want to get into it because I do not want to lose my station, okay, my channel. I don't want to lose it. But just trust me, you're being set up, okay? And yes, you will agree because you're mindless idiots. Like I told you, unless you subscribe to this channel and start smartening up, yeah, you're a mindless idiot. Unless you understand what we know, the 100 to 1,000th of 1% of these mindless jackasses in this whole entire godforsaken world. Brought to you, by the way, by our good friends in fucking communist China. I'm sorry, folks. I'm so depressed because I can see it coming. You can see it coming. What was once an unthinkable stretch is going to become very thinkable. It's only a matter of time before people who aren't completely on board should be motivated to be more on board. And if you're not, maybe there could be a punishment, and a very serious one, perhaps summary executions. And you laugh about it. It was laughed about in the 30s, and it came to fruition. You understand? And in the 40s. It's only building to where we get a little place to leap. It's this far away right now. Most of you mindless idiots don't have enough hate for us yet. That's why I'm here, to help you get to this stage where you can build a vicious hate, which will allow you to let anything be done to us that needs to be done, because we're not on board. Don't you understand? We're evil. We're horrible. We need to be eliminated. It's like I'm watching a fucking Star Trek episode. All right, let's get on with it. We're going to skip the whole Bezos thing. I've had enough of it, okay? Delta grips USA! Travel restrictions extended. California hospitalizations highest in months. Well, there's only one thing we can do. Obey. And agree and obey. Better get on board if you know what's good for you. I know a lot of you are saying this guy is out of his mind. This guy is out of his mind. This guy is scary. I'm not scary. You mindless fucking idiots are the ones that are scary. You understand? You don't see what's happening here, folks? You can't see what's happening? It's so pointless. You can't make people see anything. They are so blinded by fear and obedience and wanting to do good. You want to be on board to be doing good. Right, mindless idiots? You want to be doing good. You're evaporating everything. The world is the United States. I know a lot of you are going to get really upset about that because you want to make it seem like the United States is just another country in the world. It is not. And in World War II, we proved that. Our boys proved that. And women, too. In World War II, we had strong women bringing up the flanks in a different way than the men. They were strong nonetheless. Let's get going, otherwise you'll think I'm a old fuddy-duddy Republican, which is not exactly true, okay? And don't talk to me about Donald Trump, because I don't care about Trump. Trump's in on this, folks. You mindless idiot Republicans don't understand this? You mindless idiot Republicans are as bad as the Democrats, or independents, or libertarians, or Rand Paul, with his fake nonsense. Life expectancy, biggest drop since World War II. What a coincidence that we would be talking about that, isn't it? Isn't that a big coincidence? Sweden stuns USA in Olympic women's soccer. Hot fitness trend, blood flow restriction. Well, I'm thinking of one area that might be useful for something. Let's skip it, shall we? Team chiropractor sorry for virus protocol Nazi post. Well, you see, folks, unfortunately, I'm going to tell you something. The smarter you are, and the more history that you understand, the more you are going to be hated. Because if you've watched any of the original Star Treks, you're going to have seen what is happening now. You'll have already seen it. You already know. You were in on it, okay? If you understand where they were going to I'm not even going to say it, okay? Because I don't want any problems. But there was a certain behavior that they did with a certain part of their body that was raised, and it was done with virtual, no exceptions. And that's what we're getting to. And yeah, everybody gets really upset about that. Too bad. Because that's exactly what's coming. And pretty soon, it doesn't matter what is said. You're going to be on board, and you're going to be supporting it, and like you are now, because you want to be a good person. It's even more complicated than the carrot and the whip. It's more complicated because you're dealing not with a dumb horse, but with people who want to be good. The artificial intelligence has already understood all of this, folks. They've rewound tapes and recordings of everybody doing returns and everything else. They know how you think down to a T. You mindless idiots. Yeah, even me and all that. All the people who know about what's going on. They know us too. They know what we're going to try to run at people. They know people are going to look and think that we're evil. They already know all this. This is what they're relying on. See how pointless it is? Right? Scam anxiety eclipses games as athletes test positive. You know, folks, I'll only say one thing. Do you remember when Jon Rahm, the top golfer there at the PGA Tour, was 6 strokes ahead, and he was so close to death because they found out that he had a scam? He had the scam, and they sent 2 knuckle breakers, big dudes, to come and take him away. You know why? Because he couldn't even move. He was crawling on all 4s, trying to get around. 6 strokes ahead, right? Do you understand where I'm going with this? You folks don't want to hear it because it doesn't make you part of the Milgram experiment, where you're part of the rubbing elbows with the elite class of certain profession, the superheroes. God. And the sad thing is, most of you don't even know what the Milgram experiment was. Most of you are too ignorant to even understand it. You've never heard of it because you're busy watching other things that are not important. The Milgram experiment was an experiment where they got people to administer life-threatening shocks to people, or they thought they were giving it to them. That was actually a put-on, but the people did not know. They were told that the subject was there, he answered the question wrong, and he was to be punished, and they were recording this data. And with enough motivation, by saying that the experiment had to continue, they appreciated the idea that they were worried about the people, but this was important, and the experiment needed to continue. So they needed them to finish. And it depends, because there were several of them. There were several. There wasn't just one. And there were different forms of them too. But the original one, I forget how many there were, 16 or something. There were quite a few. And they found that they had, in some cases, it was as high or higher than 50% of the people were administering life-threatening shocks to people. That's you idiots. That's you idiots, because you're being led by people who are telling you what to do. And you don't understand this. You couldn't tell me the 3 letters of the alphabet that make you as a person? You know, that stuff that makes you? You couldn't tell me one thing about it. You don't have anything. You're just accepting. You're accepting what they're telling you, right? What can I say? You're mindless idiots. Why don't you try smartening up a little bit? You might want to subscribe to this channel. You might get smarter. You know that? Even though you don't think much of me. I don't care what you think of me. You understand? When the blade comes to the throat, I want to show I was not part of this. You understand? Mindless fucking jackasses! I'm not part of this! You are, not I! I will do everything in my power to fight this! Lambda found in Texas hospital, my God! Shut it all down immediately! More California areas urge masks indoors. Delta rages. And don't forget, we're going to have United 2 and Southwest variant as well as the Lufthansa variant there in Germany. Folks, it's so embarrassing. Gamma sweeps Illinois. What is that? Like MAGA? What is that? Gamma variant accounts for 4 times more Illinois covert scam than better known Delta. My God, there's stuff we don't even know about. My God, can't you folks get this together? Can you believe this? Can you believe? You see how this is just introduced, and pretty soon it's going to be common turn, and all you little mindless idiot parrots out there are going to start parroting, and you'll all have it in your vocabulary, right? Gamma variant accounts for 4 times more covert scam than better known Delta variant. See, you thought you were so smart with your Delta. I told you there's going to be a Southwest variant too. You understand? I'm waiting for the Lufthansa, okay? Variant. Oh my God, folks. I don't understand how we could have gotten to this point. Honest to God, I don't understand. I don't understand how we're here. How could it have been so quickly that the world you had up until 1.5 years ago is gone? It's all gone. It's now a thing in the past. You don't need anything like that before. It'll be a new world for you. And you'll be ecstatic about it. Except you don't know where it's going to. We do. We've been trying to warn you about this. You mindless idiots don't care. You want to follow directions. And you want to be scared. And follow directions. And be a good person. See? And be a good person. And be extra careful. And be a good person. right? Mindless idiots? Obeyers? Right? Breakthrough cases rattle Capitol Hill. Businesses requiring proof of something. Americans increasingly desensitized. Companies claim labor shortage. Solution, prisoners. I'm not making that up. Right there. Desperate employers seek job. Solution. My goodness, we have to have some prison labor in order to make up for the shortages here. My God. My goodness. Can you believe this? Now they're talking about prisoners. Folks, if you can't see this, a mindless, imbecile idiot is a compliment for you. You understand? If you can't see this, mindless idiot, nincompoop, Dummkopf, about the only German that I know, frankly. Let's finish this out, shall we? Can we finish this out, and then I'll be done with this tormenting of you? Call her daddy. Host wants to have biggest podcast in the world. Whoever she is, she's pretty good looking, okay? Let's just put it to you that way. She's filled out rather well, it looks like, too. Monkeypox fears as CDC monitors 200 people in 27 states. Well, there you go. Okay. There you go. For the first time ever, scientists witnessed chimps killing gorillas. Okay. Dubai makes fake rain to tackle 120-degree heat wave. That's pretty interesting. We won't get into it now, but maybe I'll do something on that later. That's interesting. Leave it to the Muslims there. All right. Well, if they found some way, terrific. Here's a shocker. I know a lot of my Catholic people that are here or listening. I know you're going to get really upset about this, but just do yourself a favor, okay? By and large, most of your priests are gay, okay? I'm sorry to reveal this to you. I have to be the one to reveal this to you, but it's a well-known fact, okay? I had a friend who was a choir boy, and he was very accurate in his descriptions as far as I could tell, okay? Hold on a second. Kodak deletes a new story. Kodak deletes post by a photographer who called Xinjiang Orwellian dystopia. Hold on. Let me get back to this thing. Oh my God. It just gets worse and worse. I'm sorry, folks. I'm okay. It says update. This is going to be a real shocker for you Catholics. Top Catholic Church official resigns over a report linking him to gay bars and Grindr. I just can't believe that. I just cannot believe it, okay? You'd figure all those altar boys would be sufficient, but I guess they'd lose their appeal after a while, right? Pastor gave meth to teen girl and raped her, cops say. Great. Biden approval, 53%. Unscripted remarks start to haunt. Yeah, right. Sure. Big companies quietly complain about tax hikes that old Joe there, old Joe Bite Me, is putting on while preparing to profit from infrastructure deal. Okay, Bitcoin 50% drop from peak. Hammers crypto loans. USA losing drone superpower title to Beijing. Well, of course. And they're going to lose space, too, because you're going to get the Chinese that are going to say it's worth it for our posterity to put dead people, dead Chinese astronauts into orbit over Mars. And it's going to show that we tried as a nation. I'm not telling you that it's right or wrong. I'm telling you that's what they're going to do, and you can mark my words on it. Okay? Right now, the United States has a policy. We're not sending any astronauts to Mars because we have to have a solid game plan to get them back. That's not what China's going to do, I'm pretty sure. Okay? Anyway, that's just my feeling. I'm not representing that as fact. I think that's going to come to pass sooner than you might think. And it's going to show whose balls are bigger than the other. Okay. Bride dislocates knee during first dance with groom. Talk about getting off on the wrong foot. France requires pass for Eiffel Tower and tourist venues. Well, folks, Australia under lockdown sees jump in scam. Okay, so there you have it. Quote, Jews behind pandemic. Jews behind pandemic chanted at anti-blank protest. Well, folks, if the shoe fits, wear it. That's all I have to say. Okay? Remember, what you're going to see is what the news organizations want you to see. Who owns them? Virtually all of them. Who owns them? There's 3 that come to mind here. Was it Time Warner and a couple others? What do you think they want you to see? What they put out is going to make a big difference because most of you are so stupid, virtually all of you are so stupid, that you believe whatever's put in front of you. You understand? So it makes a huge difference. A huge difference. And they know it. The powers that be know this to be true. Okay, let's keep going here. They're teaching flight attendants self-defense now. Electric car revolution designed to save planet unleashes toll on it. It's because batteries and so forth come with their own set of problems. It's they're caustic, they're toxic, and they have fumes and so forth and so on, and they're not always recycled. So it's a kind of a problem too. Okay. And that's it, folks. Make sure that you obey. Do as you're told to do. Don't question anything. And for God's sakes, try to be a good person and do everything that they tell you to do, no matter what is happening. The most important thing is that you are what you consider to be a good person and thoughtful person, and do exactly what they tell you, and don all sorts of things and take all sorts of things that you have no idea what they are, and that will make you a good person. Okay? Goodbye.